A very good morning to you, Sakina, and to the viewers back at home. And yes, like you said, a lot of people very surprised at the DA making a lot of inroad here in Phoenix. 5 wards were taken, swift, quite honestly. And I am joined by the constituency leader, Hanif Hussein, and we're going to be finding out from them how did they do it, especially after the controversial poster. I'm going to go straight into it. Very controversial poster. Do you believe that that is one of the reasons why the DA has garnered a lot of support here in Phoenix?
I don't think anywhere in the world you win an election on a poster, so absolutely not. I don't think it has, it's the real reason, and I think the reason why we've done so well here is not any different from why we've done well elsewhere. I mean, Chatsworth, for example, we've done almost exactly the same thing. All the wards there have won by the DA. And I think it comes down to 3 things, really. The first thing I think is more and more South Africans are starting to realize that they've been fooled and lied to by the ruling party. And they're waking up to the reality. The second reason is that DA governance is certainly better than the ANC, wherever we have governed. Our track record's getting better, and people are starting to wake up to that reality. And I think the third reason, very importantly, is the sustained presence of the people behind me. I mean, these are the candidates, these are the councillors that have been elected, the people that have been walking the streets for the last 5 years, door to door, helping people, making sure that they try and address their needs and their concerns. And so I think it's a combination of those 3 things. It's certainly not about the posters, yeah.
If we look at the service delivery issues here in Phoenix and a lot of the crime, a lot of the drugs, a lot of issues here in Phoenix, I imagine that you have to hit the ground running once you're sworn in. Talk to us about what change is going to be brought here in Phoenix. We do know that one of the wards that was taken was actually one from the ANC. What intervention is going to be brought into Phoenix? We're talking about unity. We saw during the July unrest that Phoenix was literally put on the map. You say the poster did not garner or did not propel the DA in getting a lot of votes. What will you bring? What change will you bring?
Well, may I just say that firstly, I think that we're very humbled by the support that we've received from people in this community, and I want to use the opportunity to say thank you very much firstly to them. The one change that the people here in Phoenix can see is that they'll have accessible people and councillors to try and address the problems that they have. I mean, our guys are always available, literally 24 hours a day, trying to fight for their communities, just getting the basics right, making sure that the municipality does its job, getting the grass cut, fixing the potholes, putting on the street lights. And those are the basics that we continue to fight for. Whether we're in government or whether we are not in government, those are the core basic issues that we want to fight for. And keeping the streets clean, making sure that we reduce crime in our communities, getting our parks well kept. And so getting the basics right for us is critically important, and that's the change I think that people will see over the next 5 years. And of course in the last 5 years our councillors have been working really hard here on the ground, doing whatever they can humanly possible under an ANC government, mind you, to do the very best that they can to provide for their community. So that's not going to stop, and we're going to work even harder to make sure that we grow bigger from where we are. But our focus is not just growth. Our focus is making sure that we change the lives of our community, change the lives of people, and just build a better future for our children.
I want to ask you the last question before I hand back to Leanne in studio. We're seeing the eThekwini being won by the DA. Are there any other places here in eThekwini that you're hoping to clinch your teeth in, or possible predictions?
Well, the one prediction I can tell you is that we certainly will do better than the previous election, is because we've worked harder and we've been honest about where we've made mistakes. We've worked harder to try and correct them. And every single day, every corner of Durban, every corner of South Africa, you'll find a DA councillor, a candidate or an activist doing whatever they can humanly possible to try and change South Africa for the better. So the one prediction that I can tell you is that I think that the DA support will definitely increase. It's difficult to tell you by exactly what percentages. I think that the figures are still coming in. What I can tell you is that in eThekwini, for which we're very grateful to the voters here in Durban, a large number of them have come out and supported us. So the prediction there is definitely we will grow in eThekwini. I don't think the ANC is going to get to 50% here in eThekwini, but that's just my guess. The one thing I can tell you for sure is that the deer will definitely grow and will continue to grow for as long as we work hard here.
I imagine there's going to be a lot of celebrations over this weekend. Thank you so much, Hanif Hussein. That was the constituency leader here in Phoenix. As you heard, they have won all 5 wards in Phoenix. eThekwini sitting at 42% of the votes counted now, with ANC in the lead. 2 districts not yet counted. We're looking at Umvoti and Umlalazi, but hoping to get those numbers trickling in. But I think all eyes are on eThekwini as the race continues here on the ground. Leanne, it's back to you in studio.
The race continuing around the country. Jayed, thanks very, very much for that. And also, if I may, congratulations for your award that you picked up yesterday. Really proud of you. Absolutely holding the flag very, very high for us here at the SABC for your coverage out in KZN, when particularly with regard to what was happening during July and the rioting and the aftermath of that. So, Jayed, congrats to you and the team.
Thank you so much, Leanne.
Absolute pleasure. Lady, a few words, but yeah, doing unbelievable work. Well done. We're really proud of you, Jayed.